Hello. Hi guys, this is Manu Mishra. Welcome back to our YouTube official channel that is IPMAT by LPT. And before we start with the session, before we see कि आज के session में हम क्या cover up करने वाले हैं, just give me a minute. Let me have a tech check. Let me see am I perfectly audible or not, and then we'll start. Just give me a minute, guys. Yeah, I think seems all fine with the audibility and visibility. So hi guys, this is Manu Mishra and here we are again with the continuation of this series. अभी 2 दिन के लिए ये series में pause लग गया था because due to some other engagement of work, and now here we are again, right? So Symbiosis Entrance Test for the admission of BBA हमने ये series start करी थी. In the first session we have done companies and its founders, उससे related हमने ये questions cover up किए थे. Then in the second session, we have done related to the books and authors. In the third one, we have done about sports, and here with the fourth one, that is general science. So general science के आज हम कुछ questions को solve करेंगे, और not only we'll solve, we'll also understand through explanations. And do make sure of that कि जब आप ये session देख रहे हो तो इस सेशन के एक्सप्लेनेशंस को भी रीड आउट करें. वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज आफ्टर रीडिंग दी एक्सप्लेनेशन यू विल गेट लॉट ऑफ क्लैरिटी. क्योंकि साइंस सबके लिए इजी नहीं होता, सबके लिए डिफिकल्ट भी नहीं होता. अगर आप पीसीबी बैकग्राउंड या पीसीएम बैकग्राउंड से होंगे तो समवॉट आपके लिए थोड़ा सा ईज होगा. बट आई नो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स विल बी फ्रॉम दी कॉमर्स बैकग्राउंड, है ना. तो थोड़ा समझने की कोशिश करना. जनरल साइंस है, इट्स नॉट समथिंग वेरी वेरी स्पेसिफिक साइंस. नो, जनरल वन जो हम सब ने पढ़ी हुई है. क्लास 10 तक साइंस हमने सब ने पढ़ी हुई है, और एक ऐसी साइंस जो हम डे टू डे बेसिस पर हम देखते भी हैं, सुनते भी हैं, बट हम उसके मीनिंग को नहीं समझ पाते. एग्जाम्पल के तौर पर लोग बोलते हैं इंसुलिन. तो अब ये इंसुलिन क्या होता है वो भी समझना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है ना. तो ये सारी चीजें हम इस सेशन के अंदर देखते हुए चलेंगे, एंड इट्स वेरी वेरी क्रूशियल फॉर योर दिस एग्जामिनेशन. हाईली एक्सपेक्टेड कि ये जो क्वेश्चन अपन सॉल्व करने वाले हैं, ये शायद आपकी एग्जामिनेशन में देख सकते हैं डायरेक्टली एंड इनडायरेक्टली एज वेल. चलो, सो द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, इट्स दिस वन. अ गोल्ड रिंग which is 50% pure, its purity can be alternatively shown as what? Shown as what? सिंपल सा पूछ रहा है. दैट इज कि अगर गोल्ड रिंग उसमें अगर 50% की प्योरिटी है, अगर वो 50% प्योर है, इफ आई हैव अ गोल्ड रिंग, अगर वो 50% प्योर है, तो ये बताना है कि ऑल्टरनेटिवली वो कितने कैरेट या कैरेट की होगी, राइट? 18 कैरेट और 18 कैरेट, 12 कैरेट और 12 कैरेट. विच वन? विच वन? So these sessions will help to score 16 out of 16 journal winners. Astit, that I don't know, right? That I don't know कि 12 out of 12, 16 out of 16 आपके आएंगे, बट या आपको बहुत ज्यादा क्लैरिटी मिलेगी, है ना. और बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस यहाँ पे आपके आने वाले हैं, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट परमात्मा जो मुझे आइडिया होगा कि क्या 16 क्वेश्चंस आने वाले हैं. अगर ऐसा होता तो शायद मैं सिर्फ 16 क्वेश्चंस ही आपको करवाता, और वही जो एग्जामिनेशन में आ रहे होते हैं. बट या अगेन these sessions will help you out in many ways, right? बहुत help out करने वाले हैं आपको. So the correct answer is option D, that is 12 carat. इससे हमें clarity मिल रही है कि gold जो होता है, gold basically totally pure कितने कैरेट का होगा? 24 कैरेट का. और मेरे पास जो रिंग थी, उस रिंग में 50% प्योरिटी थी, which means 12 कैरेट. तो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, कैरेट स्टैंड फॉर के से स्टार्ट होता है, नॉट फ्रॉम सी. सो लिखा है द कैरेट इज अ कॉमन यूनिट यूज्ड टू डिस्क्राइब द मास ऑफ अ जेम, है ना. तो मास ऑफ अ जेम जो है, मास ऑफ अ जेम जो है, उसका मेजरमेंट, उसका यूनिट कैरेट है, CARAT. तो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, CARAT is to describe the mass of a gem. A gem can be anything. It can be ruby, it can be emerald, right? So यहां पर वही बताया गया कि अगर आपको वो देखना है ना, कैरेट लिखा हुआ है, तो वो मास ऑफ जैम बताएगा, मास ऑफ जैम. जैसे 1 कैरेट डायमंड फॉर एग्जांपल हैज अ मास ऑफ 0.20 ग्राम. वही KARAT वाला कैरेट, it's a common unit used to describe the purity of precious metal, right? तो KARAT वाला जो है is used to describe the purity of precious metal like gold. जैसे 24 कैरेट gold ring is pure as can be. A gold ring that is 50% pure is what? 12 carat. So do remember there is a difference between KARAT and CARAT. So CARAT is used as a unit to determine the mass of a gem like diamond, emerald, ruby, है ना? And when we talk about KARAT, so it is a unit just to determine the purity of a what? Precious metal such as gold. And the gold 100% purity means 24 carat, CARAT. Moving on to the next one. This one. What is the relation between mass and wavelength of any matter as per the Progel relations? है ना? Seems difficult, but again हम सब ने ये पढ़ा हुआ है, ऐसा नहीं हम सब ने नहीं पढ़ा हुआ है, हम सब ने ये सारी चीजें सॉल्व करी हुई है. Do write it down in the chat box. क्या आंसर होगा? What is the relation between the mass and wavelength of any matter? A matter can be solid, can be liquid, or it can be in a gaseous form as per the Brogile's relation. The Brogile's relation. Simply asking mass और wavelength में क्या relation है? Are they directly proportional? That means कि mass अगर ज्यादा होगा तो wavelength ज्यादा होगी. Inversely proportional. That means what? कि mass अगर ज्यादा हुआ तो wavelength कम होगा. अगर wavelength कम हुआ, wavelength ज्यादा हुआ तो mass कम होगा. Inversely proportional है या फिर ये दोनों एक दूसरे से इंडिपेंडेंट है, कोई रिलेशन नहीं है. एंड वेवलेंथ इज ट्वाइस द स्क्वायर ऑफ मास, है ना? कि वेवलेंथ जो है वो डबल है द स्क्वायर ऑफ मास के, द स्क्वायर ऑफ मास के. एंड द करेक्ट आंसर इज that is they are inversely proportional. That means if mass is higher then wavelength will be low. If wavelength is higher, that the mass will be low. So वही बताया गया according to the de Broglie, every object, see the word is matter, right? So matter can be solid, can be liquid, can be in a gaseous form. So simply every object in motion has a wave character, right? Has a wave character. And as per de Broglie relation, mass and wavelength are what? They are inversely proportional to each other, right? So every object is in a motion. That means if the mass of the object is higher, that means the wavelength is lower. If the wavelength is higher or the mass is low, then wavelength automatically will be higher. Next one, ये रहा. What does insulin do? कई बार देखा है ना हमने अपने घर में, अपने अपने पड़ोस में कई बार हमने ये चीज ऑब्जर्व करी है कि एक इंसुलिन हाई हो गया, इंसुलिन लो हो गया. सो इंसुलिन का मतलब क्या है? क्या ब्लड शुगर बढ़ जाना, ब्लड शुगर गिर जाना, ब्लड वेसल कॉन्स्ट्रिक्ट हो जाना, या स्टिमुलेट करना आपका लैक्टेशन, राइट? लैक्टेशन को स्टिमुलेट करना. सो व्हाट डज इंसुलिन डू? What does insulin do? It stimulates आपका lactation? No, it's about decreasing a sugar level. When we use insulin, बोलते ना इंसुलिन लगाना है, इंसुलिन लगाना है तो किसको लगता है? जिसका बीपी, सॉरी, जिसका शुगर लेवल गिर जाता है ना? So what does insulin do? It decreases the blood sugar. तो insulin क्या है? It is central to regulate the carbohydrate and fat metabolism. कभी देखा है आपने जिसका 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 शुगर ज्यादा होता है उसको बोलते हैं कि ज्यादा तुम्हें चपाती नहीं खानी चाहिए, बिकॉज चपाती और रोटी इन अ वेरी कॉमन वे उनमें कार्बोहाइड्रेट ज्यादा होता है ना? तो वही चीज है. तो कार्बोहाइड्रेट और आपके फैट मेटाबॉलिज्म को रेगुलेट करना. अब करता क्या है? इट स्टॉप द यूज ऑफ फैट. वो आपके फैट को यूज करना बंद कर देता है एज अ एनर्जी सोर्स बाय इनहिबिटिंग द रिलीज ऑफ ग्लाइकॉन, राइट? ग्लाइकॉन. तो फैट को एज अ एनर्जी सोर्स बंद कर देता है आपके बॉडी के अंदर, और इंस्टेड ऑफ फैट आपके ग्लाइकोन का यूज किया जाता है एज अ एनर्जी सोर्स. और आपके अंदर से ये जो एक्सेसिव ग्लूकोज है फ्रॉम द ब्लड उसको रिमूव करता है, अदरवाइज वो आपके लिए टॉक्सिक हो जाएगा. इंसुलिन हेल्प ब्लड शुगर एंटर द बॉडी सेल. तो आपके बॉडी के अंदर ब्लड शुगर बढ़ाता है, इट कैन बी यूज्ड फॉर एनर्जी। इसीलिए बोला है ना कि ब्लड शुगर, what does insulin do? It decreases the blood sugar, right? Insulin also signals the what? Liver to store blood sugar for a later use. Blood sugar enters cells and levels the bloodstream decreases, signaling insulin to decrease to, right? Insulin to decrease to. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं। Next one. So what are the other sources for general awareness? What are the other sources for general awareness? See, other sources, just go to the, see, the point is very good thing with the general awareness. आप किसी वेबसाइट पे जाओ, आपको वहां पर जनरल अवेयरनेस के क्वेश्चन समवॉट सिमिलर मिलेंगे क्योंकि उनके आंसर सेम है ना? So जो भी आपको है, लॉट ऑफ वेबसाइट्स, राइट? जस्ट स्टिक टू दीज सीरीज। उन सीरीज के अराउंड ही अगर आप क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करोगे ना, तो बहुत हद तक आपका जनरल अवेयरनेस सेक्शन जो है वो कवर अप हो जाएगा। नेक्स्ट वन, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर द लार्जेस्ट फिक्सेटर ऑफ सोलर एनर्जी? सोलर एनर्जी के सबसे बड़े फिक्सेटर कौन है? आसान है, बस क्वेश्चन की लैंग्वेज डिफिकल्ट लग रही है, बट सबसे आसान है, सबको पता है, सबको पता है। सोलर एनर्जी, सन। कौन है फिक्सेटर? कौन है फिक्सेटर? कौन है फिक्सेटर? The correct answer is green plant. So green plant are the one who take what? Sun energy means photosynthesis. So plant and photosynthetic organism utilize this solar energy in fixing large amount of CO2, while amounts consumed by humans being a relatively small, representing only 10% of the energy converted during photosynthesis. The process of photosynthesis, in which plant involves a series of steps and reaction that uses सोलर एनर्जी। उसका फूड होता है ना फोटोसिंथेसिस, तो सोलर एनर्जी वही ले रहा है ना, फिक्सेट तो वही कर रहा है। दैट इज ग्रीन प्लांट्स, दैट इज ग्रीन प्लांट्स, राइट? चलो नेक्स्ट वन, ये रहा। ईस्ट इज अ व्हाट? ईस्ट इज अ व्हाट? ईस्ट क्या है? ईस्ट क्या है? सिंपली आस्किंग, व्हाट इज ईस्ट? Can be bacteria, can be fungi, can be algae, or can be bryophyte. What is yeast? What is yeast? So the correct answer is yeast is a fungi, right? So yeast is a what? Yeast are eukaryotic single-celled microorganism classified as a what? The member of fungus kingdom. They are estimated to what? Constitute 1% of all described fungal species. Yeast, such as Candida albicans, it's a scientific name, Candida albicans, are opportunistic pathogens, can cause infection in humans. Commercially, they are widely used in production of what? Alcohol and carbon dioxide. Hence, they are known to lay foundation of बेकरी एंड ब्रूवरी इंडस्ट्री। तो ब्रूवरी इंडस्ट्रीज एंड बेकरी इंडस्ट्रीज में ईस्ट का बहुत ज्यादा यूज किया जाता है। ठीक है, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं। नेक्स्ट वन, दिस वन, इन विच फॉर्म इज ग्लूकोज स्टोर्ड इन आवर ब्लड? किस फॉर्म में हमारे बॉडी के अंदर ग्लूकोज स्टोर है? किस फॉर्म में हमारे बॉडी के अंदर ग्लूकोज स्टोर्ड है? इन विच फॉर्म? In which form the glucose is stored in our body? In which form? I want everyone to give the answer. So the correct answer is the glucose formed in the body in a form of glycogen, right? Glycogen. So glucose is stored in our body as glycogen. The liver stores glucose. So our liver store glucose in a form of glycogen. which is released when is needed, right? So लीवर के अंदर स्टोर होता है, जब बॉडी को जरूरत पड़ती है तब वो रिलीज होता हुआ चलता है ना? The fat can be converted into glucose when needed. Only the glycogen stored in the liver can be made accessible to other organs. It means कि only the glycogen stored in the liver can be made accessible to other organs. So बॉडी में शायद और भी जगह ग्लाइकोजन हो सकता है, वैसे होता नहीं है, बट लीवर के अंदर होता है, बट सम पार्ट ऑफ दी आपको बॉडी के अंदर भी ग्लाइकोजन दिख जाता है, बट मेनली इट्स इन लीवर, और लीवर वाला ही ग्लाइकोजन बाकी ऑर्गन्स के लिए एक्सेसिबल होता है, बाकी और बॉडी के अंदर जो ग्लाइकोजन है वो एक्सेसिबल नहीं होता किसी और ऑर्गन के लिए। नेक्स्ट वन ये रहा सिंपल, जो येलो कलर होता है यूरिन का इज ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ व्हाट, इज ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ व्हाट, राइट? यूरिन टेस्ट होता है ना कई बार, अगर कभी कभी हमने भी नोटिस किया है यूरिन बहुत येलो हो जाता है, सो द प्रेजेंस ऑफ येलो कलर इन यूरिन या ऑफ यूरिन इज ड्यू टू व्हाट, बाइल, लिव, यूरोक्रोम और कोलेस्ट्रॉल, और कोलेस्ट्रॉल। So urine is in yellow in color because of what? Because of urochrome, है ना? Urochrome. So the color of a normal urine is usually light yellow to amber, but generally the greater the solute volume, the deeper the color. It means जितना ज्यादा आपका solute volume होगा उतना ज्यादा color deeper होगा, और yellow color of urine जो होता है वो होता है presence of yellow pigment, जिसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, urochrome, urochrome, right? Deviation from normal color can be caused by certain drugs. कई बार ड्रग्स भी होते हैं, उस ड्रग्स की वजह से भी आपका यूरिन जो है वो येलो कलर का हो जाता है, एंड समटाइम्स वेजिटेबल्स सच एज कैरेट, बीट एंड रूब्राब, राइट? तो कुछ वेजिटेबल्स भी कंज्यूम करने से भी आपका ज्यादा येलोइश हो जाता है, बट नॉर्मली अगर येलो कलर क्यों हो रहा है, येलो कलर इस वजह से होता है बिकॉज येलो पिगमेंट्स होते हैं, दैट इज यूरोक्रोम, यूरोक्रोम की वजह से, और यूरोक्रोम समटाइम्स ड्रग्स में पाए जाते हैं, वेजिटेबल्स में भी पाए जाते हैं। चलिए नेक्स्ट वन ये रहा, जल्दी द नेक्स्ट वन, simple one. It's simply asking which of the following is basic characteristic of a living organism. तो living organism का basic characteristic क्या होता है? Ability to breathe, and see, living organism not doesn't only include humans. It also includes plants. It also include animals, insects, right? The living organism. So the basic characteristic of living organism क्या है? Ability to breathe, ability to reproduce, ability to move, or ability to eat. What are the basic characteristics? What are the basic characteristics? Easy one. And the correct answer is, that is ability to breathe. So breathe is one of the main characteristics of a living organism. Not every living organism eats, right? So living organism are the system of or organism that tend to respond for what? Respond for changes in their environment and inside themselves in such a way as to promote their own continuation and longevity. They have the ability to breathe or respire, move or navigate, and ability of multiply. The living organism include human beings, plants, insects, animal, among others. Next one, this one, jaldi. So which among of the following is also called the powerhouse of the cell? Easy है कि सबने पढ़ा है बचपन में, सबने पढ़ा है, सबसे कॉमन जनरल अवेयरनेस का या जनरल साइंस का क्वेश्चन, सबसे कॉमन जनरल साइंस का क्वेश्चन, द पावर हाउस ऑफ द सेल. What's known as plastids, cell wall, Golgi bodies, or mitochondria? Mitochondria. And the correct answer is, it is known as what? Mitochondria. So mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, right? The mitochondria is also the powerhouse of the cell because it is responsible for what? Producing most of the cell energy, or adenosine triphosphate, ATP. What we say? एडिनोसिन. सेल एनर्जी क्या होती है? सेल एनर्जी का नाम क्या है? एडिनोसिन ट्राइफॉस्फेट, एटीपी. In addition to supplying cellular energy, Mitochondria are involved in other tasks such as signaling, cellular differentiation, and cell death, as well as maintaining control of cell cycle and cell growth. ठीक है, चलो next one ये रहा. This one, the dash, is the study of viruses. So, which is known as the study of viruses? Mycology, protology, virology, or parasitology. Parasitology. So, what is known as the study of viruses? Easy one. You can just determine just by reading the options, right? You can easily determine just by reading the options. So, one video for the important topic. So, please, yeah, okay, Asif, we look into this. We look into it. Yeah, but do give this answer. Dash is the study of viruses. Easy one. The correct answer is it is known as virology. The virology, deriving from virus, right? Derived from virus. The virology is a branch of science that deals with what? The study of viruses. It focuses on the following aspect of viruses: their structure, classification, evolution, their ways to infect and exploit host cells for reproduction, their interaction with the host organism, physiology, and immunity, the disease they cause, and they are used in research and therapy. The next one, this one, the most productive ecosystem in the biosphere is what? The most productive ecosystem in the biosphere is what? Can be tundra, desert, estuary, or open sea. Which one? Which one? The most productive ecosystem. You can just, by reading the option, you can just find it out. Just go with the elimination method. The most productive ecosystem. Ecosystem सबसे अच्छा कहाँ प्रोड्यूस होगा? ओपन सी में क्या? नहीं, ओपन सी में कैसे हो सकता है? एस्चुरी, एस्चुरी क्या होता है? एस्चुरी is basically the mouth of the river. That means when river submerged into the ocean, वहां भी नहीं हो सकता, वहां तो waves बहुत ज्यादा होंगे. Desert, not possible, right? Tundra, right? The correct answer is the tundra should be the correct answer, right? Tundra should be the correct answer. Or do one thing, just writing estuary, do write delta, right? Because delta is something which is more productive ecosystem, right? Not estuary, deltas. Sometimes you have I know everyone has heard about the gangetic deltas, right? The gangetic deltas, they are the productive one, the mangroves. So the mangroves are situated on delta, not estuary. So estuary is just the fastest flowing water, river water entering into ocean, right? But in delta, the flow of water is very low. Even the depth of the water is very low, and again the soil is very fertile, right? So delta should be the correct answer, not estuary, right? Do remember it. Do make this correct. Now, see, you can see the mangroves, wetlands, grasslands, and grasslands. So it's in delta. Next one, this one. Which type of pathogen, right, causes water-borne diseases? Water-borne diseases, dysentery. Which type of pathogen causes water-borne diseases? Are diseases which is basically derived from water. That is known as water-borne diseases. So, which type of pathogen causes water-borne diseases? Dysentery. Which one? Algae, parasitic, protozoan, or bacterial? Which one? Which one? Which one, guys? That is bacterial. So basically, waterborne disease, basically disease coming from water, right? Mainly from bacterial, and dysentery is an intestine infection that causes severe diarrhea with blood, right? Diarrhea with blood. Now, moving further, next one, this one. So, which of the following element is found in hemoglobin? So what element has been found in the hemoglobin? Which element? Hemoglobin is in our body, in our blood, right? So which element, which of the following element is found in hemoglobin? And the correct answer is, that is iron, right? So iron. So what is hemoglobin? First we understand. So hemoglobin is an oxygen carrying pigment. Pigment which carries oxygen, predominate protein in a red blood cell. So basically our body has two types of cell, the red blood and the white blood. So red blood cells contains a pigment, a oxygen carrying pigment known as what? Hemoglobin. And hemoglobin is an iron containing biomolecule, right? So it's a iron containing biomolecule. It's made up of what? The 4 heme group and globin. Moving further, this one, the teeth and bones acquire strength and rigidity from what? So how bones and uh, teeth acquire the rigidity and strength? Because of calcium, fluorine, chlorine और सोडियम. Which one? हम बोलते हैं ना कि हमारी बॉडी में इस चीज की कमी है, हमारी बॉडी में इस चीज की कमी है. Yeah, guys. So the correct answer is it's because of calcium, right? It's because of calcium. So calcium makes what? So calcium makes our bones and teeth more powerful. Basically, the strength and the not flexibility, the rigidity. The rigidity and the strength in bones and teeth comes because of calcium. So the human body acquire more calcium than any other mineral. At least 99% of the calcium is found in bones and teeth, giving them strength and rigidity. Next one, this one. The mercury is what? Is a solid metal or a liquid metal or a solid non-metal or a liquid non-metal? So what is mercury? Just you have to tell me, you have to just tell the property of mercury. Do it fast, guys. Mercury is what? A, it's a solid metal. Huh? Yeah. So the correct answer is B. It's a liquid metal. It's in a liquid form, right? So heavy, silvery, D block element. Mercury is the only metal that is in a liquid form, right? The only other element that are liquid under these condition is bromine. Bromine. Again, do remember this one. The only other element that are liquid under these conditions is bromine. So the only metal which is in a liquid form is mercury, but only element in a liquid form, bromine. Next one. See, next one. It's from physics. India's first Nobel Prize for physics was claimed in the year of 1930 by a renowned physicist, Sir C.V. Raman, for his work in which among the following field? So in which field our Indian renowned physicist C.V. Raman got a Nobel Prize, right, in the year of 1930? Which one? Which one, guys? Which one? It can be particle physics, optics, thermodynamics, or quantum mechanics. And the correct answer is optics, right? Optics. So in 1930, the India's renowned physicist, or we can say world's renowned physicist, Dr. C.V. Raman, Sir C.V. Raman, became the first person from Asia to be awarded with a Nobel Prize in any field of science. So do remember this fact. So C.V. Raman is the first person from Asia to receive the Nobel Prize in any field of science. The C.V. Raman made a significant contribution to the field of optics, best known for his discovery of Raman effect, which is scattering of light by molecules. So scattering of light by molecules, this is what C.V. Raman has discovered. And this phenomena is known as what? Raman scattering. The date of this discovery is February 28, is now celebrated as what? National Science Day. National Science Day in India. Right? 28th of February. Next one. This one. What is the mean value of G? A small g. A small g at Earth's surface. What is the mean value of G? What is the mean value of G? What is the mean value of G on the Earth's surface? At the Earth's surface. Sorry. At the Earth's surface. That is 9.8 meter per second square, right? 9.8 meter per second square. That's what the what? The mean value of acceleration due to gravity. So small g represents what? The acceleration due to gravity, often denoted as small g at Earth's surface, is approximately 9.81 meter per second squared. This value represents the average gravitational acceleration experienced by the object on the surface of Earth. It means if you fall some object, right? So the acceleration because of gravity is what? 9.8 meter per second square, right? So it is important to note that this value is not constant everywhere. So it's not constant everywhere on the Earth's surface. It can vary slightly due to the factors such as location, altitude, density of the Earth crust. Next one, this one, a very interesting one. So who among the following is credited, or what credit for the discovery of expanding universe? So who has stated or who has discovered that this universe is expanding? Edwin Hubble, Niels Bohr, S. Chandrasekhar, C.V. Raman. Which one? Which one? The correct answer is Edwin Hubble, right? So Edwin Hubble, an American astronomer, and was the first to prove that universe is expanding. According to the expanding universe theory, the universe is presently expanding. Hubble proved that there is a direct relationship between the speed of distant galaxy and distance from Earth. This is also known as Hubble's law. Hubble's law. So it was Edwin Hubble who has given the theory that our universe is expanding. Next one, this one, and the last one, the last question of this session, right? And it's about what? The power of the lens is measured in which of the following? Second last, sorry, the second last. So the power of the lens, right? So how basically you'll ask us? You basically ask a person with glasses, kitne power ka hai? So the power of the lens is determined by whom? What is the unit? What's the unit? Can be meter, diopter, lumen, or what? Or what? And the correct answer is simple. Diopter. So diopter is the unit to measure the power of the lens. The power of the lens is what? 1 by focal length. The power of the lens, right? The power of the lens is the ability to bend light. The greater the power of, the greater the refraction of light. The power of the lens अगर greater होगा, the power of the refraction of the light भी बढ़ता हुआ दिखाई देगा, बढ़ता हुआ दिखाई देगा, greater दिखाई देगा. ठीक है? चलो, next one, this one. The minimum speed required, the last one, the minimum speed required to exit from the earth gravitational pull. मतलब अर्थ की ग्रेविटी को पार करते हुए हमें स्पेस में जाना है तो कितनी स्पीड चाहिए? It means they are simply asking the minimum speed required to put satellite into a given orbit around the earth is known as what? So what term we used to determine the minimum speed required? What term we used to say? That is known as what? That is known as escape velocity. So escape velocity, it is a minimum speed required to exit from the Earth atmosphere into the space, right? It's again incorrect. It's escape velocity, not orbital. It's escape velocity. No, I'm so sorry. So I was correct, right? I was correct. Escape velocity is a speed required to exit from the Earth atmosphere. Orbital velocity is basically about the minimum speed required to put a satellite. So when there is satellite, when you have to put a satellite into an orbit, then we need an orbital velocity. But any object from the Earth's surface exiting from the Earth atmosphere, that minimum speed, the minimum velocity is what? Escape velocity, right? Yeah. So I got confused with this satellite and orbit. So the minimum speed required to put a satellite into the given orbit around the Earth is called orbital velocity of the satellite. Orbital velocity is what? Gm divided by r, then half, where g is gravitational constant, m is mass of the Earth, r is radius of the orbit of the satellite. And do remember the escape velocity also. The escape velocity is a minimum speed required by an object to exit from the Earth atmosphere or to surpass the gravitational pull of the Earth and enter into the what? Enter into the space, right? Okay, so guys, this is what the session is all about, right? These are the topics, and do remember you have to read the explanation again and again. Do give it a read, very, very important. If you read the explanation, you'll get the conceptual clarity around that question, around that topic. Yeah. So guys, that's it. मिलते हैं next class में. तब तक के लिए bye bye. Have fun and enjoy your day. Bye bye guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.